Economic freedom, fellow South Africans, means that the land that was taken away from black South Africans also needs to be returned. Our forebears said in the Freedom Charter that the land must be shared amongst those who work it. They said this because they had realized that even in 1955, that only a few people in our country owned the greater portion of our land, and that as they owned this portion, the notion of sharing the land did not even enter their minds. And it is for this reason that our forebears demanded in the Freedom Charter that the land shall be shared amongst those who work it. They wanted their land back so that it can be used as an economic resource to improve their lives. They want this important resource, land, to be shared as it is set out in the Freedom Charter. Land is an important economic resource. Its energy, its economic value, and its social power must be unlocked and be put to good use in the hands of all our people. We have a situation in our country where we have masses of tracts of land, some owned by the government, some owned by state-owned enterprises, some owned by companies, yes, some owned by individuals. And this land at the moment is not being shared by the majority of our people. The majority of our people, many of whom are hungry for land so that they can use it as an economic resource, are locked out of the utilization of land. So we are saying we are committed to accelerate the redistribution of land in our country. The redistribution of land, its time has come. It cannot be avoided. We cannot run away from it. We cannot hide our heads in the sand. It has to happen, and it must happen now in our lifetime. This is what our forebears fought for. Now, this is land both in urban and rural areas, and this should be to ensure that poor South Africans are able to own land and have the means to work it. But more importantly, as this land is returned to our people, the government will have to do everything it can to support those to whom the land will be given to. Among the measures that we are going to use to accelerate redistribution of land is that of expropriation without compensation. As we look at various categories of land, we are going to be able to do precisely that. We call on all South Africans to be part of this broad consultation process on how we should implement this decision of making sure that land should be shared amongst our people, and that we should do this in ways that makes redistribution of land meaningful, which will contribute to strengthening our economy, which will also strengthen agricultural production and make sure that we improve food security. Now, this gives us great opportunities. As we redistribute land, we should be guided by what our forebears set out in the Freedom Charter, that the land must be shared amongst those who work it. And as we do all this, we must empower our people. As we empower them, government must support them, and we must ensure that we grow our economy, we grow our agricultural production as we effect this whole redistribution of land. This gives us great opportunities. This makes our resolution an important resolution that is implementable. This measure aims also to extend property rights to all South Africans, so that it is not only a few South Africans who have property rights. We earned our political rights, our democratic rights together collectively, and so must we all be given an opportunity to participate in the economic rights that are due to us as South Africans.
Zolilwela Izwela Zolilwela Izwela Zolilwela bo Izwela Izwela me Izwela me Izwela